running. There is blood, gore, intense violence, nudity. Just want to make sure my audio is okay.
What's up, everybody? Yo. Welcome back to another tabletop adventure here at Digital Woods. Today we have a 1,000-point battle between the Grey Knights
and Orks.
And we have ourselves the chapter-approved 2019 book, Soap Points Changes, aka Why I'm Running Grey Knights, to see if they're viable with points changes.
Yep.
So let's get to our army so we can get to the action. We will see you in a bit. Woo. Okay, folks, this is going to be my 1,001 points of Grey Knights. Before I get into it, quick note, the powered stand that we use for our better camera is currently down, so we're going to be using this stand to get through the rest of the army intros, but hopefully we'll be back to the better camera for the rest of the video. Moving on from that to my actual HQ choices, I'm going to have Brother Captain Stern lead us off because he is cheaper than a normal Brother Captain. He will not be my Warlord, but he will know the Psychic Power Purge Soul, and from there, moving on to a Chaplain, which is going to be my Warlord because that allows him to take a Warlord trait that isn't Hot Dooku. His Warlord trait will be first into the fray, which gives him a 6-inch aura that involves bonuses to charge and fight. So, good stuff there. He will be equipped with a Storm Bolter, his Crozius Arcanum, and he will have the Relic upgrade that is a Storm Bolter upgrade. So it gets much more range, better rapid fire for being upgraded to that Relic. Should be nifty to see. Moving on from that, I have 3 identical strike squads for my troop choices, and each one is going to be equipped exactly the same. 5-man squad, 4 halberds, 4 storm bolters, and 1 psi silencer in each squad. They're decently cheap. They're about as expensive as a Primus Marine before upgrades, so let's hope they're worth it. And throughout them, they will have the psychic powers of Astral Aim, Gate of Infinity, and Hammer Hand. 1 for each squad, obviously. Moving on from that to heavy supports, I have myself a Land Raider, which got a significant points drop. So, hopefully it'll be worth it. It's going to have 2 twin las cannons, a twin heavy bolter, a multi-melta, and a storm bolter. From there on to my next heavy support, which is going to be a Nemesis Dread Knight, who's going to have 2 Dread Fists, a heavy incinerator, and a Gatling psi silencer. I wish to give him other things, but I kind of ran out of points, so he gets what he gets. And for my last, I have an elite choice, which is going to be an apothecary, running his just his sword. I mean, because he really can't take any other upgrades. And yeah, and that will make up 1,001 points of Grey Knights.
Alright, so here's going to be my 1,001 points of Orks. I'll be bringing a battalion detachment for this one, and they're all going to be the Culture of Death Skulls. So getting right into it with my Warlord for this one, it's going to be a big mech in Mega Armor. He's going to be carrying along a custom Mega Blaster, Power Claw, a custom Force Field, and his Grot Oiler. His Warlord trait for this one is going to be Opportunist, and I'm going to be giving him the Relic Defixer Upper. Next up in HQs is going to be my Weird Boy with all of his standard gear. His Psychic Powers for this one, 2 by the way, because I'm going to be spending 1 command point on Warphead. His 2 Psychic Powers are going to be De-Jump and De-Crunch. 2 always good ones. On to troops, where I've got 3 identical units of boys, all with 10 models in the unit, all carrying shooters except for the knob in the unit carrying a combi weapon with Scorcha. And that's going to be for all 3 units. On to elites, I'm going to be bringing a Pain Boy with all of his standard gear, Urdu Syringe, Power Claw. Then I've got 3 knobs on war bikes, all with power claws and their twin Daka guns. Next up is going to be heavy support, where I'll be bringing 1 battle wagon with its kilocannon, 4 big shooters, and a grabbin claw. I will also be bringing a group of 5 kilocans, all with their grot zukas and drillers. And then lastly, for heavy support, I'll be bringing 1 mech gun with his smash gun. And then to finish it all off, I've got 1 dedicated transport in the form of a truck with its big shooter and wrecking ball. And that's my army.
Okay, folks, here we are deployed using the new setup rules for the 2019 book. Basically, we had to roll off, and the person who won could choose who's attacker and defender. Defender got to pick the deployment type and their zone. Mike won the roll, so he chose defender and did long versus long, hammer and anvil, or Dawn of War?
Dawn of War.
Either one. And in the Ascension game mode, which is the Eternal War mission we're playing, there are 3 objective markers set up following rules in the middle. They have to be equidistant from our deployment zones and the whole 9 yards. And to win this particular game mode, you score victory points with the following victory conditions. Ascension, if at the end of each player's turn, you score 1 victory point for each objective marker they control. Standard following standard rules for controlling objectives, excluding the fact that all models with the character keyword gain objective security. In addition to that, if it is a character holding an objective, and they hold it for multiple turns, it ramps up how much victory points that site is worth, as long as if that character remains controlling it. So if they hold it for 2 turns, it's worth 2 victory points, 3, so on. In addition to that, there's Slay the Warlord, First Strike, and Linebreaker. There is no sudden death rules for this one, so if you get wiped out, the opponent can continue to play and just score victory points. Or you could possibly win via victory points if you had that big of a lead. Moving on to who will be getting first turn. The attacker will choose to get to go who goes first, and since Mike chose to be defender, I will be attacker, and I will choose to go first, because I chose to go first. Mike can attempt to seize the initiative.
And I shall attempt. I forget whether that's a 1 or a 6. That's a 6.
So you do seize the initiative.
Sweet. And I will absolutely take it. So, Orks, turn 1. Alright, so movement for Orks, turn 1. Didn't move. Moved and advanced both of my, my weird boy and my pain boy. Just kind of over to huddle up with move them over to huddle up with the kilocans. Kind of moved everything up forward with its basic movement. 14, 12, and 12. Oh yeah, and I advanced the kilocans because they're not going to be able to shoot anything this turn anyway. So with that all out of the way, on to psychic powers. Really the only thing I could maybe cast right now is the jump. Yeah, alright, I'm going to cast the jump specifically on the pain boy real quick. After looking it up, it's going to be warp charge of 7 for the jump. Of which a 9 gets it. I'm pretty sure you're too far away to deny. And with that, the jump.
Okay.
Slightly too far. Didn't like him there. And with that, that's psychic done. On to shooting. Alright, so starting off the shooting phase, I'm going to have my knobs on war bikes fire, all of their shots, which basically is just this one, into the tank over there. So he's the closest, is the only one that's actually in range, and just for where I placed them, they don't have any line of sight on this group right here. So they're going to get 6 shots from their Daka guns, going in, hitting on 5s, 6s, Daka, Daka, Daka. I can re-roll one of these, and I'm going to choose a 1. And that re-roll is just specifically from my culture.
Yeah, looks like you have 1 hit.
I got 1 5 and 1 5. So 1 hit, no Daka, Daka, Daka. And this is going to be wounding on, I believe, 5s.
Yep, T8.
Yep, wounding on 5s. And because it's an and for the culture, I get to reroll this into nothing. So fair enough. Next up is going to be the truck, firing 3 shots from its big shooter at this group right here. You can just see the one all the way out in the front. So 3 shots hitting on 5s. 6s matter. 1 6. I'll do the Daka 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 real quick with this one. Another 6, huzzah. And then just a re-roll of that 1.
Yeah.
Into a 2, didn't matter.
So 3 hits.
3 hits. And then wounding on 5s. Yes,
3s.
3s, because it's not strength 8. Wounding on 3s for 2 possible wounds. And I will re-roll this one. 3 possible wounds. These re-rolls are delicious.
No AP, so 3 up saves. 1 goes down.
All right. Oh, they only got 1 wound each?
They only got 1 wound each.
Oh, much better.
They cost as much as a Primus Interceptor, or Intercessor, and they only have 1 wound.
That's unfortunate. They should really hop back to Terra and get an upgrade. Or, no, not Terra, Mars.
Either way.
All right, next up, because that's all of his shooting attacks he can make, is going to be the Battle Wagon. It's going to be splitting up its shots. Its big cannon is, or kilocannon, or whatever it's called, is going to go into the tank, and its 4 big shooters are going to be going into this group right here, which you can still see. Starting off with the big shooters going in, hitting on 5s and 6s with 12 shots. For 1 Daka Daka Daka, 5 hits. Yes, so rolling that Daka Daka Daka,
No.
didn't hit. And then doing the 1 reroll for the shooting phase for that. Into another Daka Daka Daka.
Yeah, your clan culture.
Yes, my clan culture reroll.
Yes.
Just to explain that, each unit in my army gets a reroll in the or to hit, to wound,
And on its damage.
and on its damage.
If it has multiple.
Yes, but that's only once per shooting and or fight phase.
Per unit.
Per unit.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So with a total of 7 attacks, hit, and wounding on. It's them, so wounding on 3s. 4 wounds, and the 1 wound reroll for the culture. Into nothing else. So 4 possible wounds.
That's going to be 4 3-up saves. Failed another one.
And then lastly for the battle wagons, D6 number of shots from the kilocannon going into the big tank. So D6 number of shots for 2. I'm going to spend a command point to reroll that into a 2. All right.
It wasn't a 1.
Correct. So 2 shots hitting on 5s and 6s for 1, which is a Daka Daka Daka. So with the Daka Daka Daka, I get to reroll that, or get to roll a new attack, which does not hit with a 4. So 1 hit, wounding on a 4. Because strength 8 versus tough 8, and it hits.
What is the EV value? Okay, with EP -2 and the fact that I'm not within 3 inches of the thing that would be blocking line of sight, on my 2-up armor becomes a 4-up. Made it.
All right. And that's it for over there. They have nothing to shoot at, so all that's left is the smash gun over there. Firing at the tank as well. So it's got D3 number of shots with its smash gun for 3. All right, and to hit with the smash gun, it's going to be 4 and up because it's manned by grots. So that's just going to be 2, and I'm going to do the clan reroll.
They don't get clan culture. It's a grot
You're
unit.
correct. It's a grot unit. My bad. Thank you for reminding me. So 2 hits, and for wounding with these, do I roll these separately or just once?
I think you roll it per.
All right. Let's check the rules. All right, so the way this smash gun works for wounding is that for each hit that makes it through, I don't roll to wound, but instead roll 2d6, and I'm trying to get higher than the target's toughness. In this case, I'm going for an 8 and above, or I guess a 9 and above.
Okay.
So with 2d6, let's hope for a 9 and above. I got a 4, and for the second shot, I got a 10. So the 10 goes through.
Yeah, it's equal to or greater than.
Oh, sweet. So I am just looking for 8 and above.
AP minus 4.
Yes.
So my 2-up standard becomes a 6-up with AP minus 4 off of the smash gun. No, so it goes through.
All right.
It's D6 damage.
So D6 damage with the smash gun.
1. You already spent.
I've already spent my command point. And that's going to be it for my turn, turn 1. I've got nothing to charge.
Okay, so turn 1 movement for the Grey Knights, pretty straightforward. The squad that was behind the tower, moving around just outside of 7 inches for a charge. Later in the turn, disembark both of my 2 remaining strike squads from the Land Raider, and then move my Land Raider back so it's out of the way. My characters all moved forward. My Nemesis Dread Knight moved over. In case I fail his Gate of Infinity, he's in a spot where he'll be able to support in another turn or two. And yeah, that's it for my movement.
Fair enough.
On to Psychic Powers. Let's start off with my Apothecary casting a Sanctuary on this group. Okay, and he's outside of range to deny this Psychic Power. It is a 6 to cast. Double 1s, obviously command point. A 7, that's enough to get it. What that does is, if they didn't have an invul save, they gain a 5-up invul save. If they had one, they get to add 1 to their invul saves.
Nice. Did they have one?
I don't think so.
Okay.
This unit is going to go ahead and cast Hammer Hand on the unit that has Sanctuary. They take 2 mortal wounds. I need to relook up what happened. Well, actually, I don't really need to look that up. Just 2 die from the unit. Let's not take the leader.
I am not going to attempt to deny that power, as there's no way I can.
Okay. And that's the end of the movement phase. All right, cool. Well, Hammerhand gets off.
It does.
I'm gonna go ahead and put. Just gonna go ahead and smite.
All right.
7.
That I think I'm in range for, and I will attempt to deny.
Okay. Yeah, 5.
5 does not make it, so I am smited. Is that just the D3?
Take 1.
Take 1. Got it.
You're not demon.
There we go.
Oh man, that's poopy poop. Okay, seeing as my chaplain's other power is Hammerhand, so he's just going to go ahead and smite. Once again, it's going to go into Mike's big vehicle there, looking for a 5 to cast, because I have the Brotherhood of Psychers keyword, and got it with an 8. So take another 1.
Yep. And I no longer have any kind of denies, so I'm just going to take it. Also, I think he's out of my range.
Yes, and last to go is going to be my Nemesis Dread Knight, which is going to Gate of Infinity himself. And I got a 4. That wouldn't be enough to get it. Either which way. Okay. Pretty terrible psychic phase. Yeah. With that being done, I go into the shooting phase. Alright, up next I'm going to go ahead and activate my Land Raider. And it's going to put as many shots as possible into this, excluding its twin heavy bolter, which is going to go into the bikes.
Oh, the bikes. Fair enough.
So let us start off with the 2 twin las cannons. I do have Power of the Machine Spirit, so I ignore the penalty of moving and firing heavy weapons, so I'm looking for 3s to hit. 1 hit. I have no special rerolls or anything like that. Well, let me measure one thing first before I spend a command point to reroll. Okay, not spending a command dice on any of those. I'll be then looking for a 3 to wound. I'll spend it now. Hey, I wounded.
All right.
AP -3.
It's going to be a 6-up invul from my clan culture. Nope, that's 5.
Going past the 6-up invul, so D6 wounds for 6.
Oh, ow.
And then,
You need to get out and fix that.
Then he's going to fire his multi-melta next, looking for a 3 to hit. Miss. Okay. And then on to his twin heavy bolter. Okay, now the twin heavy bolter going into the bikes, looking for 3s to hit. 3 hits, 3 misses. Strength 5 versus tough 5, so 4s to wound. 1. The other 2 weren't even remotely close.
No, 1 6-up invul, or AP?
AP -1.
All right, yeah, 1 6-up invul,
5-up armor.
5-up armor. Either way, it's a 6.
They have a 4 base.
Fair enough.
Up next is going to be my Nemesis Dread Knight. He has really no good targets because you have no infantry on the board, and you're not demons.
No, I am not demons.
So he's just going to go ahead and fire his Gatling silencer into those bikes there, and we'll watch this whiff. Looking for 4s to hit because it is heavy, and he moved, and he has no special thing that allows him to ignore that. So
5?
5, 6, and 7.
Ah.
So 7 hits. Strength 4. So I'm looking for 5s to wound. I did get 3 though, or I'm sorry, 4. No AP because why would it?
All right. In that case, 3 4-ups.
And you made them all.
I made them all.
Even if I spent 2 command points, you would have failed 1. Because it increases the AP by 1. All right. Up next, I'm gonna have all 3 of the not the intercessor squads. The God, I wish there were strike teams. Shoot at the bikes. Grouping all the 3 of the strike squads together. I'm going to start off with their Psi silencers. They're going to be looking for 4s to hit for a total of 12 shots, 4 from each of the silencers. Looking for those 4s to hit because moving and firing heavy weapons. 1, 2, 3, and 4 out of 12. All right, and then looking for 5s to wound because only strength 4. I got 2. No AP.
All right. My 2 4-ups.
Failed.
Or
those.
1 and 2.
1 at a time as they do D3 damage each. 2, and it doesn't matter because the other guy only had 1.
Good. So I will take out 1.
And then it's going to be a total of 20 shots from all of the storm bolters, with 2 in rapid fire and the rest not being in rapid fire. And these are going to be looking for 3s to hit. That actually rolled pretty good.
It did.
3 misses out of 20.
And 1 cocked.
Oh, and 1 cocked. Cocked. 3 misses out of 20. 17 wounds going in looking for 5s. Because only strength 4. 9 wounds with no AP. These only do 1 per, so.
All right. All right, so that's going to be 9 4-ups.
Looks like I get...
Well, that's a dead one right
I
there.
think I actually get the unit.
And
Is it 3 and 2 2s? I think that's the unit.
that's the unit. I could spend 1 command point.
Try to do it 50-50, but I do have 2 more storm bolters to go off of characters.
If... Nah, because even if I do the command point, you'll just shoot at something else and charge them.
Yeah.
They're pretty much done, so I'll leave it at that.
Yay! I'll get first strike.
You will get first strike.
Over to my characters, which will be the last guy shooting. They're both going to fire at the big tank. They're going to be shooting through the window there, so I get cover.
Fair enough.
I'll start with my warlord. He's got 6 shots because he's within 15 inches of it, and he has using the relic, the Fury of Deimos, which is 30-inch range, rapid fire 3, so 6 shots. And he's going to be looking for 2s to hit. No reroll 1s. So 5 hits. Strength 5 versus tough of 6 or 7, so I'm going to be looking for 5s to wound. 4. 2 wounds. AP -1, so I'll just cancel the cover for that one.
All right, so it's going to be 2 4-ups.
Made 1, failed 1.
Yep.
Take 1 damage.
Oh no, I'm in half. I'll spend a command point. You're gonna shoot it anyway, so never mind.
You also be able to repair it on your turn.
I absolutely will.
And then finally, my brother Captain Stern. He's firing 2 shots in. He's not in rapid fire. Looking for 2s to hit. 5s to wound. Nothing.
Okay, well I might have spent that. Oh well.
All right, and I will end Grey Nut's turn 1, I think.
Are you planning a charge through difficult terrain?
Yeah, I would need an 11 charge. No, those die.
All right. Cool. On to Orcs turn 2 then. All right, so movement for Orcs turn 2. I guess starting off, I had my smash gun over there, just stay put, didn't move. Had the Killick hands move forward, did not advance, and had my 2 characters there move forward, not advancing either. Truck stayed put, disengorged its 2 groups of boys, one here, one there, both moved their respective directions. The truck also disengorged its boys and the Big Mech in mega armor, ready to heal up the battle wagon and then move forward into its glorious sacrifice position, ready to shoot and or charge as needed.
Yep.
Outside of that, that's it for movement. On to psychic, where I am going to start with the jump, once again on the Pain Boy. It's going to be a warp charge of 7. And let's see if I get it. With a 6, I don't. But am I close enough to enough?
You need models with Elite Irigo special.
So they're all over here, so I'm not. So I'm going to spend a command point and see if I can re-roll this to a higher number. Which that's a 1, which as we know here is expected. So, oh well, I do not get to jump off. All right, and for his second power, he's going to be casting the Crunch on this group of 5 right here. So the way the Crunch works, well, first off, do I get it off? Warp charge of 8. Don't have to worry about it, got a 6 again. All right. So with Psychic done, on to shooting. And at the end of the movement phase...
You mean before the shooting?
And before the shooting phase, because I forgot, like a nupty. But Tom's allowing me to, so I'm going to do it now. My Big Mech in power armor, or in mega armor, is going to repair the battle wagon. Because of my relic, I don't have to roll the D3, it just gets 3 back, and I'm going to be using the once per game Grot Oiler to add 1 to that, so it's just going to be a total of 4 wounds back. So it has only taken, if I could find the 4 wounds. And with that, on to shooting. All right, starting off shooting with the Killick hands back here for the Orcs. They're going to be splitting up their shots. These 2 are going to be firing at that unit on the left, and this 1 is going to be firing at the unit on the right. These 2 in the middle just don't have line of sight. All right, so these 2 are going to have 4d3 number of shots with their Grot Zukas, hitting on 5s with Daka Daka Daka, so there's that. They don't...
It's not a Daka Daka, it's D3 number of shots. That's your D3s.
Boy, I'm fucking nutty.
You got a 3, a 2, and 2 1s.
Now this is going to be hitting on 5s because they're heavy and they moved. So hitting on 5s and 6s. For 1 Daka Daka Daka. So for 1 hit, they don't have the clan culture, so I couldn't have re-rolled any of those. And I'm not going to spend a command point on that. All right, so it's going to be wounding on a 3s for a 2. Next up is going to be that 1, firing at the unit on the right. 2d3 number of shots for 3. Hitting on 5s. Nothing. All right, well, that's the Grots for you. This group of boys firing everything at that group of 3. It's a little overkill, but I might as well get it out of the way now so I can focus fire on everything else. So, with a whole bunch of shooters, one combi that's not firing the Scorcha into that, it's going to be a total of 20 shooter-related shots. So, hitting on 5s, 6s, daka daka daka. And just for the culture reroll, was a 1. All right, so don't have to worry about that. 5 daka daka daka. And then nothing else, no 5s.
No 5.
0 5s. And then the 5 daka 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 for 3 1s and 1 5.
6 hits.
It's a total of 6 hits. This is going to be wounding on 4s.
Your shooters are only strength 4.
Yep. And that's going to be a total of 1, 2, 3. 3.
Looking for 3 up saves because no AP on a shooter. Yay.
Made them all.
Made them all.
I am going to go with that one next. Firing everything I have at the forward. The group of. Let's go with the group of 4.
3.
3? Oh, the shiny guy in the back is something else.
He's an apothecary.
Fair enough. Firing everything I have at the group of 3.
Okay. And then you're going to definitely be outside of your Scorcher range.
And I guess he's going to Scorcha and Shoota at the other group.
Alright.
So 18 shots going into the first group, then his 2 shots and a Scorcha going into the other group. Alright, so starting off with the 18 shots from this group going into the group of 3, hitting on 5s and 6s. For no daka daka daka.
There are some 5s in there.
There are some 5s. I'm doing my 1 to shoot reroll from the clan culture. Didn't do anything. And so I'm just picking 5s. Yeah, that was it. All right, just the 3. And then wounding on 4s for all 3.
3 up saves. Failed.
Combi Scorcha going into the group of 5. Starting with the shoot apart. 2 shots going in. Hitting on 5s and 6s.
Just 6s.
Hitting on just 6s, correct. So,
The combi.
well, daka daka daka. No. So 1 hit. Wounding on 4s.
No.
For a 1. All right, time for the Scorcha, which is just D6 number of hits. For 6.
Nice.
So with 6 hits, go straight to wound. So wounding on 3s, because strength 5 versus tough 4. For 3. I don't think I've done a reroll for the wounds yet for that group.
I don't think so either.
So I will roll 1. 4. 4 wounds.
EP -1, so 4 up saves. Save 2. Save 3. Failed 1.
All right. Not bad. It's going to be my Warlord firing at Tom's Apothecary. He can do this because of his Warlord trait, Opportunist, giving him the ability to fire at characters even if they're not the closest model. So, he's got 1 shot with his custom Mega Blaster, hitting on 5s and 6s. Hit, and daka daka daka. For didn't hit, but I'm going to spend his 1 clan culture reroll on that. To another 6.
Oof, owie.
So 2 hits, and then wounding on strength 8 versus tough 4. So 2s.
Yep.
Both wound.
1 EP -4, correct?
All right, it's going to be AP -3.
Alright. 5 up invol on the apothecary. Hey, look, I failed both. Obviously, command point. I failed both.
All right, that's going to be 2d6 damage for 3. I'm going to spend a command point on the 1. No, I think through his...
You can reroll damage.
I can reroll damage with the clan culture.
Yep, for at least one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead with an 8.
Yep. There goes my apothecary.
Next up in the shooting phase is going to be this group of boys right here. I'm going to split it up similarly to that group over there. The boss knob is going to fire his Combi Scorcha over at that group of 3, and the rest are going to fire all of their shots at that group of 4. So starting with the Combi, shooter part, 2 shots hitting on 6s. Neither would have been great. It's the first time for that group, but I'll save it for the rest. So then D6 number of shots with the Scorcha for 6.
I thought the Orc dice hated you.
I thought they did as well. 6 hits, wounding on 3s for 2. I will re-roll the wound for here. Nope, just the 2. So AP -1.
4 up saves. Made both.
So 18 shots coming from the rest of the boys, going to that group of 4, hitting on 5s and 6s with 18 shots. Hitting on 5s and 6s. There's the 1 5. There's 2 5s. And spending the re-roll from the clan culture to hit for no additional. Oh, there's 1 more 5. I missed it. All right, so that's a total of 3 normal hits and 1 Daka 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 for 1 additional hit. So a total of 5 hits, wounding on 4s for 2, and I already spent the re-roll to wound.
Yep. 3 up saves. Made both.
All right, and with that group done, I'm gonna have the truck go next. It's gonna fire its 3 shots into that group there, hitting on 5s and 6s for 1 miss, 1 culture reroll, 1 Daka Daka Daka, still a 1 hit, and then wounding on 3s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big shooter.
Wounding on 3s. Wounds.
3 up save. Nope.
Got 1.
Goodbye, silencer.
With all the boys done and the truck done, I think the second to last thing in my army to shoot is going to be the battle wagon. It's going to throw 2 of its big shooters at that group there, the other 2 at the group of 4, and it's going to fire its big cannon at the, I'll go with the wounded tank. So why not? Actually, no, I'll fire the big cannon at the mech suit.
Okay.
So starting with the shots going into this group here, 6 shots, hitting on 5s and 6s. For 1 Daka Daka Daka, 1 normal hit. I'm going to hold off on rerolls for the culture, so this is going to be the Daka Daka Daka. Nope, no additional hits. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 1, not doing any rerolls there.
3 up save. Made it.
All right, well, that group's getting charged. The 6 shots going into the group of 4, hitting on 5s and 6s. For 1 Daka Daka Daka, 1 normal hit. That looks awfully familiar. 1 Daka Daka Daka, no additional hits. 2 hits, wounding on 3s. 1 wounds.
3 up save. Made it.
Merde. And then the big cannon going into the Dread Knight. All right, for the killer cannon going in, it's going to be D6 number of shots for 6. All right, so 6 shots going in, hitting on 5s and 6s. It didn't move and doesn't care if it moves. So that's going to be 1 Daka Daka Daka, 2 normal hits, and 3 misses. I'm going to spend the culture reroll now for another Daka Daka Daka. And these are going to be the Daka 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 for no additional hits. So 4 hits, wounding on strength 8 versus tough 6. So 3s to wound for all wound.
AP -2, so 5 up saves. I actually made 3 of them. Takes 2.
All right. Firing in with the smash gun, also going to be targeting the Dread Knight. It's going to be D3 number of shots going in for 3.
Not quite a 6.
Not quite a 6, but you can see it from there. So 3 shots going in, hitting on 4s. 6s, doesn't matter. 1 hit. No kind of culture reroll. Goodbye, dice. And this is going to be wounding on, I have to get higher than his toughness of a 6 with 2d6, which shouldn't be too hard, as I got it with a 9.
Yeah, you've been able to do that. AP -4, so it's built-in 5 up invul. Built-in 5 up invul.
There you got it. All right. Should have targeted the tank. And that's it for shooting. Onto charges to declare. Well, I think it's going to be slightly... Actually, no. I'll start with the truck. Truck charging into the group of 2.
Rapid firing the 2 storm bolters, so 8 shots, looking for 6s to hit. I got 2 hits. Your strength something less than 8, so I'm looking for 5s to wound. 1 wound.
All right.
I think a 4 up save.
Yeah, 1 4-up save.
Haha. Take 1 wound.
No. I will. My charge distance in.
That is
4. I think I'm going to have to spend a command point because I'm not sure if the...
4 is not enough to get within 1 inch.
All right. I don't think the truck has Here We Go.
Yeah, double check that.
I'm going to check that before I spend a command. All right. The truck does not, in fact, have Here We Go. So I'm spending 1 command point on this 1. Which gets me 6 inches.
Which is more than enough at top of my.
Yep. So he's just going to turn and get right in there with his wrecking ball. Then with them tied up, I'm going to attempt a charge with this group of boys here.
Okay.
With the 2 inches from the crater, I think that's going to be, what, 7?
So
About.
6 would bring you into base contact, so an 8-inch charge.
All right, 8-inch charge.
You got it.
Made it. And the last thing in the charge phase I'm going to declare, it's a bit of a ballsy move, but I'm going to take this group of orcs and declare this puddle as a target. So everything right there. The 2 groups and his 2 leader characters.
Okay. Grouping together all these storm bolters from the regular strike teams and Captain Stern himself. That's going to be a total of 24 shots coming out of them. And they're going to be looking for 6s to hit. 3 hits, looking for 4s to wound. 2, no AP.
All right, that's going to be 2 6 ups. No, from his bubble 5. They're not wholly within, and I didn't spend that command point. So that's going to be 2 6 ups from they're just orcs. 1 dies.
And then my warlord firing in, rapid firing his special storm bolter for 6s to hit. 1 hit. Looking for 3s to wound because it's strength 5. 1 wound with AP -1, so just 1 dies.
Yep, 1 dies. Nyeh. And that's it.
That's it.
All right. Well, my charge going in, it's probably going to be a 5-6-inch charge, of which in a 7 gets it. All right, and here they are after they charged in. Tom was not able to gloriously intervene. And I'm going to have that group go first. All right, so fighting in with this group, I'm going to start with I'm going to split it up with these 3 going into the group of 2, and these 5 going into that group of 4. So starting with the group of 3, they're going to have 6 attacks going into that strike squad. So 6 attacks hitting on 3s for 1 miss. But with the clan culture, in the fight phase, I get to actually choose to reroll that. Yeah. So all hit, and then wounding on fours. Wounding on fours. For 4 ones, I'm gonna reroll one of those because of the clan culture. Yeah, I'm fine with spending the reroll in this fight. For another one.
Hey, don't kill it.
I don't kill that unit.
You only wound once.
I only wound once. All right.
And a 3-up save because no AP.
I killed one. Do you want to spend a command point?
No, because I have a 5-up invul in the other group.
All right. Oh yeah. Did you ever get hammer hands off on that group, or is that the one that ate itself?
I did not get hammer hands off.
All right.
I got sanctuary, not hammer hands.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So on to the next group, starting with its normal attacks from the 4 boys. So 8 attacks, hitting on 3s. I don't get to reroll anymore because I spent both of those on that. So 7 hits, and then wounding on 4s for a much better number. All right. All but one. 6.
No AP, so 3-up saves. I will fail 3. At this point, I'm not going to waste the command point. They're just going to die.
And then I'll finish it off with the 3 attacks going in from the boss knob with his power claw. This is going to be hitting on 4s because it's unwieldy. For just the 1,
You already rolled the hit already.
I was tempted to do a
Command point?
but I won't. So 1 hit, wounding on, I think, 2s?
Yeah, it's double your strength. Your strength 4.
5, so that's more than enough.
EP minus enough to force the 5-up invul from sanctuary, and I fail it.
All right, that's that group down.
I rolled 4 ones, basically.
Would you like to spend 2 points to intervene with anyone?
No.
Okay. So next up is going to be, I'm going to go with this group of boys. I'm going to start with the power claw attacks going in.
Fair enough.
3 attacks, hitting on 4s. All right, 1. Rerolled the culture now. That was a really interesting roll.
It basically just stopped.
Yeah, it had a weird bounce and then just was a 1. So 1 hit with that, wounding on 2s, wounds.
AP minus 3, so a 6-up save.
Nope. 1 dies. And then how many do I actually have in range? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go with 5 within that kind of 1-inch buffer.
Yep, within 1 inch of somebody that's within.
All right, normal attacks going in with the 5 whacking in. It's gonna be a total of 10 attacks, hitting on 3s. That's gonna be 7 attacks hit, wounding on 4s, I think. Wounding on 4s. 4, 1.
A 3-up save. I failed it.
All right, that is that group dead.
Screw it.
He is alive.
Meh.
The truck next. And the last orcish model to go is going to be the truck, throwing its 3 attacks into the last remaining strike squad individual. 3 attacks hitting on 5s. I'm going to spend its 1 culture. 1 hit. Wounding on 2s because strength 8 versus tough 4. Wounds.
EP minus 1 if I remember correctly.
Think so.
It's a 4-up save. Hey, look, another 1, and I can't re-roll it. That's like my 7th one of this fight.
Something like that. All right, and then your guy over there.
3 attacks going in, because he is the sergeant, and you did charge him. Looking for 3s to hit, and they all hit. He is strength 5 with his halberd, so 3s to wound. And all wound with AP minus 2.
All right, well, that's just 3 dead. And 1, 2, and 3.
See? He's not falling back. Okay, movement turn 2 for the Grey Knights. I'm pretty much on my last legs already. So let's see what damage I can do. These groups moved up, getting ready to do some damage, maybe get some lucky charges onto the point. Move 10 inches with my Land Raider over to here. He's just outside of 3 inches, so he won't be able to get it. At least I'm pretty sure he's outside of 3. Yeah, he is literally just outside of 3. Yeah, and that's my movement. Onto the Psychic phase, I'm going to start off with trying to whittle this squad down because they're the closest anyway, so the squad of 1 is going to smite.
Fair enough. I'm not going to do anything to attempt to deny this. I don't need
failed.
to.
He's going to go ahead and smite. I passed. Take 1 mortal wound. He's going to cast Gate in Infinity, Warp Charge 6. I'm going to spend a command point. I got a 7.
I'm going to attempt to deny. With a 9. No, sorry, an 8.
It's still enough.
It's still enough.
Okay, and then Stern is going to use his Purge Soul on the Killicans.
All right.
Okay, Purge Soul is a Warp Charge 5 to cast. I got it with a 7. So you and I roll off, add our respective leaderships to the result.
All right, just 1 dice.
1 dice.
All right. +6.
And I am 9.
So I think you won.
So you have 11 to my 13. Well, that's... for every... add the respective leaderships. If the target is equal to or greater than, nothing happens. If it is less than, it suffers a mortal wound for the difference. So take 2 mortal wounds.
All right.
All right, well, that's it for the Psychic phase. That was kind of bad. On to the shooting phase. Alright, gonna start off with my Nemesis Red Knight activating first. He's gonna go ahead and put all his shots into the can there.
Fair enough.
Starting off with the Psy Silencer, or Gatling Silencer, looking for force to hit because he did move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits. And once again, looking for 5s to wound, because only strength 4 on a silencer. 2. No AP.
All right. All right, that's going to be 2 4-ups. Made both.
Cool enough. And the Heavy Incinerator, D6 number of shots for 6. These auto hit. And I'm going to be looking for force to wound, because strength 6. 6 with AP -1.
All right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so that's going to be 6 5-ups, of which I make 2.
Aha, kill a can.
You kill a can, and does this count from one source?
Well, it's multiple shots from the same thing.
Got it. So 1 dead, 1 damage on another. All right, doing a quick rewind as I forgot to do a morale for this group. At the end of the last turn, they were at 5, having lost 5. With the Knobs leadership at 7, I need to get a 2 or 1 and none flee. Otherwise, that number flee. None flee.
So just going to go straight to shooting. I'm going to go, he's going to activate, shooting them obviously. 4 shots looking for 3s to hit. All hit. 4s to wound. 2 wounds. No AP.
All right. It's going to be 2 6-ups.
Yep. Made 1, failed 1.
Made 1, failed 1.
Captains.
Is that group now wholly within 9 inches? Probably not.
No, they're further away.
Fair enough.
Yes, they got within by going further away.
Fair enough.
Captain Stern's going to go ahead and activate next. Same thing. 4 shots, but these are hitting on 2s. And still looking for 4s to wound. 4 wounds this time with no AP.
All right, and I'm just gonna grab the one that died there. Just you said 4 with no AP.
Yep.
4 6-ups. That's the rest.
Okay.
So that squad is the dead.
They're all gone now, so my warlord is going to go ahead and rapid fire. He's within 15 inches of those boys, so he's going to rapid fire his special storm bolter. So he's looking for 2s to hit. All hit. Strength 5, so 3s to wound. No rerolling to wounds in the shooting phase at the least. And yeah, there was just 2 with AP -1.
It's 2 dead boys.
Yep.
Are they still with?
No.
No.
Wholly within 9.
No, it's just my clan culture gets I think a 6-up invul standard. I have to go check.
Yeah,
I could be entirely wrong. All right, after checking and making sure, I do have a 6-up invul from my clan culture. So 6-up. Made 1, failed 1, so 1 dead.
Up next is going to be my Land Raider to activate. It's going to go ahead and fire its twin heavy bolter into the squad over here, and yeah, I'm going to do the cans with everything else.
All right.
So let's take care of the twin heavy bolter first. Twin heavy bolter, 6 shots, looking for 3s to hit. Obviously, failing half of it, and then looking for 3s to wound. For 3 wounds with AP -1, so your 6-up invuls.
All right, so 3 6-up invuls. For none.
3 more go down.
1, 2, and 3.
Up next is going to be the multi-melta out of it. 1 shot, looking for a 3 to onto the cans. Successfully hits. Looking for a 3 to wound. I'm going to re-roll that with a command point. There you go. AP -4.
I'm pretty sure that just goes right through any armor they have.
Yep.
And they are not wholly within 9 inches of him. So
I'm just within 12 inches. I'm just within 12 inches for the multi-melta's melta effect, so 2d6 take the highest. 6 damage.
that's 1 dead.
Overkill, but does this one explode?
Did we roll for the first
I
one?
don't think so.
All right. Does this one explode? No.
Yeah?
Do we want to roll for the other one?
Please do. No. They're exploded. And then up next, the 4 las cannons, or 2 twin las cannons, looking for 3s to hit. Moving and ignoring the penalty for firing heavy weapons. So 3 successful hits, and once again looking for 3s to wound, because strength 9. And hey, there's that 2 and the 1. 1 with AP -3.
Goes right through, so your damage.
D6 damage. Come on, 5 or 6. 6.
Another one bites the dust. Does it explode? No.
Close. Okay, with the shooting phase being done, double checking that Mike's cans are supposedly just up against the door, at least the front one is.
It's the only reason it's not touching the door with its base is because the guns are in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which does mean this guy can make a charge and end up being within 1 inch to fight. So I am going to declare a charge with my Dread Knight against the cans.
and because of orientation, I actually don't have line of sight because of that door. So he just gets to charge me.
All right. And charge distance, a 9's more than enough.
Absolutely.
But I can't go through the building, so I'm just going to end up at the door.
Could you go around the building with a 9?
I don't think so. I don't think a 9 would have been in. Yeah, 9 would have basically been here.
Ah, all right.
But because we're within 1 inch of each other, I can do that.
It absolutely works.
Does mean I can push you off and gain 1 victory.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually already off. Because the one there
Oh, was
moved.
the one holding it, yeah.
That was the one holding it.
I'll be
You're
able-
already holding it.
Yeah, I'll be able to get 1.
Does he count as a character?
I don't think he has the character keyword.
All right.
Okay, with the charge being done, my Dread Knight gets to swing in first. He has 2 Dread Fists, which means he gets +1 attack from that. And thanks to the FAQ update that gave all Space Marine variants a +1 to attack the turn they charge or were charged, he has 1 additional attack from that. So he's going to have 6 attacks with his Dread Fists, looking for 3s to hit. All but 1. He's within 6 inches of my Chaplain, which Litany of Hate kicks off, so he gets to reroll failed hit rolls. So all 6 successfully hit. He is going to be Strength 12 with his Dread Fists.
Well.
So I'm looking for 2s to wound. All wound. AP -3.
All right. Damage.
D3 a pop.
I'll just pull both models.
Yeah, that's a total. Well, no, I actually have to roll it
Okay.
because I could roll 1s everything, and that's 6 damage.
Fair enough.
So first up, 1. Second one, that's a total of 4, 5.
That's 1 down.
1, 4 damage
1 left.
with 1 wound.
Yep. And I'll pull the one back and leave the one that actually can fight to just throw some damage in before it flees. All right, so attacking in with the Killican with his 3 attacks with his Drilla arm. So hitting on 5s for 1. And then wounding on 6 versus tough.
6.
Oh, 4s. Wounds.
What's the AP of the Drilla?
4.
4? Alright, so 5 up invul. Failed.
It does in fact do 2 damage, so.
I still stand. I got 8 wounds left on that. I do push you off the 1 objective,
Yes.
so I'll claim 1 victory point this turn.
Alright, and at the end of your turn, morale, how many points do I have?
You have 4. You have 1 guy remaining over there, and these guys took a decent number of casualties too.
Yes, I'll do them first. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Morale 7.
So they have a leadership of 3 at the moment.
Alright. So for that group, 1, 2, or 3, they stay. Anything higher, they that many leave.
Okay.
3, they stay.
Yep. You're actually pretty decent at morale checks for some reason.
I don't know why. It's picking and choosing when it wants to be high-low. And then he's basically just going to leave. I think I can make it with rolling a 1.
If you roll a 1, you will stay. 'Cause leadership 6 minus. Well, actually, no. It was a group of 5. Leadership 6 down to 2 then.
All right, 2.
Yeah.
1
or a 2.
I'll roll that. So on a 1 or a 2, the Gillican stays. He does not. I'll spend at least 1 command point to re-roll that. Better than the 2. That's a 5. So he flees. Oh well. Goodbye. Alright, so movement for turn 3. Orks. Didn't move. Moved this Orc Boy group up. Moved that Orc Boy group forward. Launched the tank, or not the tank, the truck forward to be good and sacrificial. And had my Weird Boy and Pain Boy move and advance away from the closest model to them, being the big tank over there. So getting them out of the ouch zone, so to say. Oh, actually, no. I wouldn't have had to do that. The punk gun over in the back is still closest. I did repair the truck, or the battle wagon, with the big mech, getting it 3 back, having only 2 damage done to it now. And I guess onto Psychic, as I don't think I'm going to be spending any command points in the movement phase. Alright, starting off the Psychic phase with another attempt at the jump on the Pain Boy. Let's see if I get it with a 7. That's a 3. I'm not even going to spend a command point on that. And then last, he's going to spend his last psychic power on Smite, and it's going to go to the closest, which I believe is the mech. So, on a 5 and or up. That's a 3. That's a 4.
That is not enough. You do have.
That's one I'll spend a command point on, because it'll at least get the 8. So D3. Unless you want to.
Well, I'm obviously going to attempt to deny.
Fair enough.
Attempting to deny, I need a 9 or better. Rolled an 8. I'm going to spend 1 command point and get a 7.
All right. So D3 mortal wounds on the big guy for 1. On with that done, on to shooting, where I think a lot is going to go into the big guy. I will start with the battle wagon this time, though. So, starting off with the battle wagon, I'm firing literally everything it's got into your big guy, Dread Knight. Apologies. So, starting off with the big shooters, 12 shots. Nope, you're right. I said it off camera and I almost got dice happy. I am spending 2 command points on more DACA. So, I'll be hitting on, docking on 5s and 6s.
Correct.
So, 12 shots with the big shooters, hitting on 5s and 6s, both docking. And starting off, I'll save that for the big cannon.
That's a wise move.
That's all right. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then, of course, those are all docking.
Yeah. And then the dockas for 1, 2, 3, 4. Total of 8.
Good roll.
Yeah.
You're looking for 5s to wound.
All right. 5s to wound. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, cool.
Sure.
2 up save. Roll 2 1s. All right.
Take 2 damage.
Yep. 5 wounds left.
Then for the big cannon, the killer cannon, D6 number of shots. For 6.
That's your 4th, 5th, 6 in a row, basically, for D6s.
Yep. All right, so 6 shots hitting on 5s and 6s. Both docking. I'm spending the clan reroll now for nothing. Missed 4 times. 2 dockas for 2 additional misses. Not worth it. And then wounding on, I think, 2s.
3s.
No, yes, 3s. For 1 wound and 1 clan reroll. 2 wounds.
AP -2, but I get cover, so effectively AP -1, so 3 up saves. Failed my last command point. Failed.
Take 2 damage. All right. How many does he have left?
3.
3. Okay. I will... Next up is going to be my Warlord firing through this window at the Dread Knight. So 1 shot, hitting on 5s and 6s with his custom Mega Blaster. For a 3, spending a command point on that. That's my last. Because he missed. All right, spending my culture reroll on that for a 6, hit.
And docka.
And docka. For nope.
Do you want to spend command point now?
Tempted, but I'll leave it.
Okay.
And then wounding on a 3.
Strength 8 or strength 9.
Wounds.
AP -4. Effectively AP -3, so I have either 5 up armor or 5 up invul. Which I make. Still 3 left.
Still 3 left. Next up is going to be this group of boys. I'm going to split up their attacks all of the standard boys are going to be shooting into the Dread Knight, and the one boss knob is going to be firing both versions of his combi weapon, the Shuda and the Scorcha, at that one remaining knight. Or Strike Squad, thank you. Starting with the 10 shots, going into the Dread Knight, hitting on 5s and 6s. For 1, 2, 3 standard hits, 2 Daka Daka Daka.
Oh, I thought that was a 5.
No.
Still a lot.
Rolling for the Daka 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 for a total of 6 hits. I'm going to save the reroll to hit for the single man. Why would I do that? Rolling the culture roll. I missed anyway. And then wounding on 5s. For 1, 2, and 3. And 1 reroll. 4. So that's all of the culture for that group.
2 up saves. Hey, I didn't actually get a 1 this time.
Merde. Alright, and then the 2 shots going into him, hitting on 6s. Hit once. Daka Daka Daka. No. Wounding on 4s. Wounds.
3 up save. There's a 2, so he's gone.
Sweet. Next up in shooting phase is going to be this group of boys. I am outside of range for the Scorcha, so I'm just going to fire everything as a shooter profile into the knight. So that means 20 shots, hitting on 5s and 6s. 4. 1. 2.
Done it, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, fair enough.
1 clan reroll. Okay.
You're trying to have a bad roll.
I guess it is. And then wounding on 5s. Clan reroll. 1. Take it.
2 up save. I do not.
Oh. 6. Okay. Well, that's it for stuff over here that can shoot. On to the smash gun. And last up being the smash gun. It's going to be firing at basically the only target it can. The big Land Raider. So, D3 number of shots. For 2. And it's going to be hitting on 4s. 1 hit, 1 miss. No clan culture rerolls. And then wounding on 2d6. I have to get above your toughness, which is an 8.
Yep. Well, that 1 isn't going to help.
That 1's not going to help. Hey, look, my last command point. 2 doesn't help. All right, well, I'm out of command points. That is... Oh, I haven't fired with him yet.
True. 3 shots at what?
The guy in front of him.
So my warlord.
Yep.
Okay.
They're all... You know what? 3 shots into the big knight.
Okay.
I'm just hoping it dies.
Well,
Either way.
Yeah.
So 3 shots into the big knight, hitting on 5s and 6s.
Nope.
Nothing. Clan culture?
No.
Nothing. All right. It was a waste anyway. Charging your, I guess both of them, because you're going to gloriously intervene anyway.
Yes.
So I'm charging both of them with the truck.
Okay. Stern's going to throw a crack grenade at it on a 6.
And he hit.
Wounding on a 4. Wounds. I now need to look at the EP. So, yes, indeed, EP -1 with a crack grenade. So, you're, I think, 5 up save for a truck?
I think so. 5 up. No. Oh, no. Yes, sorry. The camera made it look like a 3.
Okay.
And just for a quick discussion off camera, I am adding in the Dreadnought as a charge target.
So I want to fire 6 shots from his special Storm Bolter. 6 to hit. 1 hit. 5s to wound. 1 wound, EP -1. EP -1.
5s. No.
Take 1.
It's 2.
It does 1.
Fair enough. I thought the crack grenade hurt me last time.
Did not. You made your 5-up save.
I did.
All right. Gatling silencer shooting in next. 12 shots, looking for 6s. 3 hits. 5s to wound. 1 wound. No AP on a silencer.
1, 4 up. No.
Ooh. D3 wounds for 2.
So we've taken a total of 3 from this volley.
And then the heavy incinerator, D6 number of shots for 4. Heavy incinerator is strength 6. I think that's wounding a truck on 4s, right?
Think so, yes.
Okay, so 4s to wound the truck. Only 1. EP -1.
1, 5 up. Got it.
All right.
All right, that's it for.
Is it?
All right, so his charge in.
Took 4.
A total of 4, yes. Charge in. That's more than enough.
You basically just want to put him like. So.
Yeah. So there he is, in contact with everyone. And now I'm going to try and go for a long ball with, I think, at least one of these 2 orc boys.
Okay.
All right, next to attempt to charge in is going to be this group of boys, going for a long ball 8-inch charge into just the knight. So 8 inches. I'm going with both. Here we go.
Yeah. Here we go. Allows you to one or both.
Yeah, I'm going with both. There we go.
All right.
So 9 inches, they get in. I'll move them first, then worry about whether or not I can actually fit them in. All right, and here they are charged in. I'm going to attempt a charge with this last group. I've kind of gotten in their way, so the only way they can get in is way over there, which kind of increased it to about 11-inch, maybe a 12-inch charge. But there's no real negative, so do they make it? No. Here we go. No.
Yeah.
So, don't have to worry about it. And neither of us have any command points left, so
On the fighting.
I'll just start with the boys. And here they are all piled in, and I'm going to be starting off this combat with the Power Claw. So, 3 attacks going in, hitting on 3s. 4s.
Power claws unwieldy.
Fair enough. 3 attacks going in, hitting on 4s because it's unwieldy. For 2 attacks, re-rolling 1 dice because of the clan culture. For 3 attacks going in, and then wounding on 3s. For 2, re-rolling for clan culture, just the 2.
And EP -3, so in either EP -3, so either 5-up armor or 5-up invul. Failed both. Don't roll double ones, basically. I mean,
Yeah, damage.
you didn't. All
I
right.
didn't.
Dread Knight.
Does it explode?
Actually, it doesn't even have the explode keyword.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of disappointing, actually.
And it's gone.
And that's all of the rest of their attacks kind of done. Truck. You've got 3 attacks. I'm going to put all of them into your Warlord.
Okay.
Because why not? So 3 attacks hitting on, I think, 5s. Clan culture, not the one. Clan culture.
No.
Nope. All right. Your turn. By the way, I'm not piling in with my guys.
I'm gonna pile in.
Oh, well, damn it.
Hi, guys. I'm definitely gonna start with him first, then.
Ah.
And there seems to be some orcs nearby.
Oh, poopy.
He did end up closer. He went from not base contact to base contact. Okay, Brother Captain Stern activating, doing his 3-inch pile in, getting closer to the truck by entering base contact, but the 3 inches allowed him to get into contact with those boys. So he's going to have a total of 5 attacks because he was charged this turn. And he's going to be hitting on 2s, and I'm putting them all into the boys. Rerolling all to hit because of my nearby chaplain. All successfully hit. Only strength 4, so 4 to wound. 1 wound. Look how threatening he is.
AP?
3.
All right.
That's a dead boy.
Well, it's either a 1/6 up or a 1/5 up from the.
Well, 5 up is against shooting only.
You're right. So 6 up clan culture, invol. No, 1 dead boy.
And Chaplain is going to go ahead and do a 3-inch pile in to get within 1 inch of somebody within contact. And he's going to put his 4 attacks into the boys as well. Hitting on 2s. We're rolling to hit because he's nearby himself. They all hit. Strength 5, so looking for 3s to wound. 3 wounds with AP -1, so you're 6 up invols.
3 6-up invols. 3 dead orcs. All right, and with only 2 left, and all of the attacks done, looks like I need to do a morale. So leadership 7, lost 4 down to 3. So 3 and below I keep them, 4 and up I don't.
There,
That's a 6.
they're gone.
All right, well,
Goodbye, boys.
goodbye. I have no reroll for that. So yeah, that's the end of my turn 3. On to your turn 3.
And no one gets any victory points because no one's on any of the points.
Nope.
Alright, turn 3 for the Grey Knights. Straightforward. 2 guys were here, fell back out of combat to claim that objective. Land Raider finally was able to move and just, that's my objective. And that's all the models I have. It's
Fair enough.
on to how much damage I can do. We go into the psychic phase where I'm going to go ahead and start off with a smite.
All right.
I fail. And then I want to try to soul drain. I think their leadership 7 or something like that on that.
Something like that.
I got a 6. Is that enough? And 6 is enough to get it. It was a warp charge 5. Did you attempt to interrupt?
I do attempt to deny. I got a 6. I needed more.
Yep. All right, we both roll a dice and add our respective leaderships. I have a leadership of 9.
I have a leadership of 6. I got a 12.
To my 13. So take 1 mortal wound.
Ah.
And then he's going to go ahead and smite. I got it. And I'm Brotherhood of Psyker, so it
it's
never
just his
ramps.
1, so 6.
Yep. Alright, that's it for the psychic phase. They can't shoot because they fell back this turn. So this is going to go ahead and activate. It's going to fire all its las cannons into Mike's big vehicle, his battle wagon. And then it's going to fire its multi-melta and heavy bolters into this in an attempt to just kind of clear away stuff around it. So let's start off with the multi-melta firing first, needing a 3 to hit. Succeed in hitting. Strength 8, so I imagine a 3 to wound. Succeed in wounding. AP -4 on a multi-melta.
I've got a 5 up and no
Invols or anything.
no
like that.
invols.
I am just shy of being within 12, so whatever dice is. So 4 damage.
I have 2 wounds remaining.
And then the twin heavy bolter firing in. Looking for 3s to hit. These away. So all 6 were successful hits. Strength 5 versus tough of
5.
So 4s to wound with a tough of 5. No! Dice, why? Why do you hate me so? Alright. No wounds. Las cannon's now firing. Looking for 3s to hit. 2 hits. 3s to wound. 2 wounds with AP -3.
And the last cannons were into...
That, yeah.
All right. In that case, 2 5-up invols from being close to the Big Mac.
Failed both.
Failed both.
D6 damage each. For a total of 6.
All right.
Alright, quick going back and checking the tape for wounding the mech gun. I did have 2 4s, so those would have wounded because it is in fact T5
Yeah.
versus my strength 5. AP -1 on those.
All right, so that's going to be 2 6-ups.
Made
One, failed one. It's still alive, but has 1 wound left.
Yeah, and that's the end of my turn because they can't shoot because they fell back.
Fair enough. So on to Ork's turn 4. Alright, movement for turn 4. Sidled over, moved just to get view through the window. The 2 characters in the back just moved closer to the 2 holding the objective. And my battle wagon moved away from its glorious healing, but to get a view into the window at both those characters. So hopefully one of them will eat the glorious death cake. And of course, didn't move. So moving on to the psychic phase, where I am going to... God, it's so tempting. All right, I'm gonna start off with a smite at the closest, which is going to be this guy right here. Stern! I'm gonna fire a smite at bow. So firing a smite at stern is gonna be warp charge of 5. I think I'm now actually finally within close enough range to get +1, so. I mean, it gets it. It's not the nice version of it, but D3.
7, right?
5 plus 2, yes, 7.
I'm gonna try to deny. I have at least 2 denies in there.
Yep.
8 or better. I got a 6, so no.
Okay, so D3 for 2. And then God, I feel like that just won't work. I'm going to de-jump the pain boy.
Okay.
So warp charge of 7. A 4 doesn't get it. Oh well. Sorry, a 5 doesn't get it. Nor a 6. If I actually add my +1. Yay, I can do math and look at numbers.
Okay.
So with that out of the way, that's it for psychic. On to shooting, where I'm going to be starting with my warlord firing at stern.
Fair enough.
He's got 1 attack, hitting on 5s and 6s. Goodbye, hitting on 5s and 6s. Yes. Daka daka daka. Yes.
Every time it's fired, it's Daka Daka Daka, too.
It has. Did it do it the last time?
It's done it every time.
All right.
Admittedly, it hasn't gotten 2 hits every time, but it's Daka Daka Daka.
Fair enough. And wounding on, I'm pretty sure, 2s. Both wound.
AP doesn't matter because it's probably 2 or better, so 4 up invols. Made 1, failed 1. I've got no command points left.
All right, I forget the damage on that
D6.
one. D6. D6 damage for that. 3.
Okay, I think Stern is still alive because I think he has 6
I
base.
think he's got 1 point left,
Yep.
which is unfortunate for me.
Yeah, he has 6 base, so he's got 1 left.
All right, I got it. I'm gonna have the truck go next, and then just fire all 3 of its shots into stern, hitting on 5s and 6s for 1 5, 1 6, 1 miss. I'm going to clan culture reroll. Still a miss. Daka 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 for just the 2 hits. Wounding on 3s for 1 hit, 1 clan reroll. So 1 hit, or 1 wound, sorry.
2 up save. Made it.
All right.
Technically a 1 up save because I'm in the room.
You are in the ruins. Does it count when I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to God, it'd be such a waste. I'm going to throw all of their attacks at
Stern.
Stern.
All right, that's 20
So
shots.
20 shots.
You're definitely not within Scorcher range.
No, I am not. So 20 shots, hitting on 5s and 6s. For an unnecessary amount of 1s.
You also got
Let's
some
see.
sixes in there, too.
Hit, daka. And a normal hit, and then another daka. All right, I'm taking it back.
Yeah, I was about to say, come on, man.
I just saw like 5 1s and was like immediately like, oh no. Clan Culture reroll for a 3, doesn't make it. And 1, 2, 3, 5 dakas. Daka for 3 additional hits.
No, I got 5 and 6s. I got 11 out of 20.
Yeah. 11 hits, wounding on 4s. For 1. Let's just get rid of the failed. And then 1 clan reroll. Nope. So just 5.
Two up saves for the win.
Got 1.
And that's the end of Stern.
Stern is dead. And then to finish up this side of the board, I'm going to have my battle wagon fire everything into Tom's Warlord through that little window. All right, battle wagon firing in, starting with all of its big shooters. So 12 shots, hitting on 5s and 6s. For 1, 2, 2. With 1 clan reroll. Nope. And then 1 daka. No. So just the 2 with the big shooters, wounding on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Clan reroll for 2 possible wounds.
2 up save. Made both.
All right. And lastly, for the battle wagon, for the killer cannon, 1 heavy d6 for 1.
Yay! Nice change of pace.
I don't think the clan culture thing allows me to change the number of shots. So 1 shot hitting on a 5 and 6. Hits a 5.
You want to roll it?
I do not. Wounding on a 3 or a 2. Wounds if it's a 3.
Well, yeah, it's strength 8.
Yeah. I just forgot whether it was wounds on a 2 or wounds on a 3.
Yeah.
For your tough 4, it wounds on a 2. Meh. Fair enough.
So, wounded. AP minus 2, I'm in cover, so effectively AP minus 1, so a 3 up save. Made it.
Darn. All right. Last thing that can shoot in my army is going to be the smash gun, firing once more at the only thing it can shoot at right now, the big tank.
Yep. D3 number of shots.
D3 number of shots. For 1.
Yay.
Hitting on a 4. Hits. Wounding on the standard way. That is a 9. So it does go through.
AP minus 4, so 6 up save. Ooh, D6 damage.
D6. 6.
Okay.
And that's it for shooting. I am going to declare a charge with the truck.
Okay. 6 shots, looking for 6 hits to hit with his special bolt gun thing.
3.
5s to wound. 1 with AP minus 1.
1 5 up.
Ooh, take
Goes
it.
through. I need another red dice. I have another red dice.
I think he's only got 3 left.
Probably, yeah. So charge distance. He makes it in. More than enough. Then I'm going to see if other things can get in there. All right, after doing a little bit of measuring, it looks like I might be able to get a 10-inch charge with either my Pain Boy or my Warlord going in. I'm going to start with my Pain Boy. And if either of those two don't work, I'm sending in the boys. So Pain Boy starting out, need at least a 10 or 11 inch charge. Unfortunately, a 9 won't do it.
Yep.
So I'm gonna here we go this one dice.
12.
Got it in a 12, that's more than enough.
Pain Boy.
Pain Boy is in. Try for my Warlord going in next. Gonna basically need the same kind of idea. For a 9, I'll have to measure it. All right, 9 inches was just enough to get him in, or within that 1 inch bubble, thus getting him in. So with him there, there's no longer any room for the boys to get in, so time to start the actual fight phase. And I think I'll start with the Pain Boy. Pain Boy fighting in, 4 attacks, hitting on 4s with his Power Claw. For 2 hits, 2 misses, 1 reroll from Clan Culture, 3 hits, and then wounding on 2s with the Power Claw. For 2 wounds, 1 reroll from Clan, all 3 wound.
AP -3 on the Power Claws, so 4 up invulse from the Iron Halo. And I failed 2. Do you kill my character?
D3
Yep.
damage? Oh, just the 2. All right, D3 damage on those 2 for 1 and 2, so 3 damage total.
Still alive.
Still alive. 1 more attack from the Pain Boy with his Erdy syringe as he gets 1 additional attack with it. Hitting on 3s. Hit. And then wounding on 4s. Wounds.
No AP on an early syringe, so a 2-up save. I failed it. Okay, 1. Early syringe, yeah, 1. Still alive, still.
1 damage. All right, and then next up is going to be my Big Mech in Power Armor. Big Mech swinging in next. 3 attacks with his Power Claw, hitting on 4s. For all 3 hit. And then wounding on 2s with the Power Claw as well. For 2 wound, 1 Clan reroll. For 3.
4-up save. I made them all.
All right, Grot Oiler with his 1 attack going in, hitting on 5s. Hit. Wounding on 6s. Wounds.
2-up save. Failed. GG, by the way.
All right. Did that actually kill him,
Yeah.
or?
He has 5 wounds. That was the killing blow.
Oh wow! God damn it! All right.
I literally can't win from this point on anyway.
No, because you only have the 1 thing, and I'll send everything at it.
You don't even need to. Leave the characters on 1 point.
Yeah, and
There's at least 1 more complete turn cycle. You score there, score 2 more. That takes you into the lead.
it does.
And you move 1 guy back. Yeah.
I win by points.
Yeah. I needed to hold the middle for a little bit longer. I needed basically 1 more turn, and then I could die out, and that would
You
win
could.
by points.
Oh my god, this
I can't make 2-up saves apparently.
this is one of those games where the dice made a decision relatively early on, and Grey Knights still aren't great.
No, they're still pretty bad. I feel like if the dice were more even, this would have been a much closer game.
Agreed.
But basically, I was tabled by turn 2. I've had less than 4 models on the table for a complete cycle.
Yeah. All right. Well, just as a general question, why everyone who's watching, why don't you think Grey Knights and what is it, Space Wolves, have the rest of the Imperium?
They don't have bolter disciplines. They don't have doctrines. They got the assault thingy. Yay.
Yay.
And compared against their Space Marine brethren, they're terrible.
Is there some form of a lore reason that we are just unaware of, or is it just Games Workshop said no?
I honestly think Games Workshop just hasn't come through and re-updated them for, but they did points changes to them. Why not include something in this FAQ that's like a rule that increased, like what they did? They gave them the assault doctrine, the assault special thing.
Yeah,
Why don't include that in the FAQ? Plus 1 wound on everything, or something. Because right now,
even if they don't give them Primus models, because I can understand not making new models right now, but like adding some kind of balancing extra.
Because they are all psychers, but their psychic is awful. Their
It's
discipline is terrible. There are like two good psychic powers. The ability to teleport, which I failed to do the entire game.
Yep.
And the ability to add 1 to all wound rolls in melee.
Which is great.
Which is great. If you can survive long enough to do it.
Yeah, and then for being in melee with your 1 attack, 2 because you charged.
Yeah, I just feel like they're so underpowered.
There's potential untapped.
Orks are a terrible faction. They are a flat terrible faction. They have been a butt of Games Workshop forever. They've always been a terrible faction. They're fun as hell to play.
Oh, absolutely.
And if you, in current meta, run them specific ways, they can be powerful, aka bringing the flyer run out. Because you can bring like 10 flyers in a 2,000 point army.
Nice.
But
yeah,
I basically didn't stand a chance for a good chunk of this game.
5s and 6s and 2-ups, and I shouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah, I mean,
I had numbers, but
you won a lot of numbers, and 2, you actually had a lot of AP. Yes, I could ignore most of the shootouts, but the shootouts were still doing 2 to 3 wounds per model per shooting. Like,
yes,
per target per shooting.
Well, anyway, hope everyone enjoyed, and have a good one.